Welcome, everybody, to the NFL Presidential Address for Week 1. As opposed to last year, we did one long video. This season, we are going to do 3 shorter videos, and this is part 1, where we will be looking at the Detroit-Kansas City game, Carolina and Atlanta, the Jags versus Indianapolis, and Tennessee and New Orleans. Let's get straight into the first game. Detroit going into Kansas City on Thursday night, prime time. Detroit is plus 6.5. The total in this game is 54. And I know this total is high. I get it. But if you've been watching me on WagerTalk today, I say this about all sports. If you bet the highest total over and the lowest total under, you will make profit year after year after year. Here we have a 54 on tap. And although this is a lot of points, I think if these two teams played against each other 10 times this season, I think it goes over the total 7 out of those 10 times. Let me start by mentioning that KC last year was the number 1 scoring team in the league, 29.2 points per game. Detroit, they were the number 4 scoring team in the league, 26.6 points per game. Together, that makes 56 points. And although that's close to the current total, it doesn't take into account the fact that both these teams played low-scoring teams. They played teams with great defenses, and neither Detroit or Kansas City is a low-scoring team, and neither of them have great defenses. I grant you Detroit has improved their D from last year, but neither of these teams moving forward are going to be in the top 10 in points scored against this season. I think they'll both end up being in the middle of the pack. Furthermore, both these teams have playmakers everywhere, and there should be some big plays in this game, some quick scoring drives, and a whole lot of passing. I would not be surprised if we see 2 scores in the last 4 minutes of the first half. Let's really not overthink this play. We have 2 of the top scoring teams in the league, 2 mediocre defenses, even worse without Chris Jones in, and 2 teams that are throw first, run second. I can easily see a 35-31 type of a game here, which is 12 points more than the total. Enjoy this shootout, guys. Let's take over the total of 54 as our bet. Before we get into the next 3 games, I do want to mention I got a promo code for you guys. It is Prez99. This is an incredible promotion. You get 1 month of all my NFL bets for my clients, including my 5% play, for only $99. I had a huge regular season last year in NFL, same with the year before. I'm generally regarded as one of the best NFL bettors on the planet. I highly suggest you take advantage of that and join me for the month. Prez99. Now we take a look at Carolina and Atlanta. Bryce Young makes his debut against Desmond Ridder, and let's just bottom line this game. We have not seen these teams play this year, obviously, and we have no idea how Young will perform. But what do we know? We know that both coaches want a slow-moving, short-passing, lots of running type of game, and therefore we have to look at the under here. They played each other twice last year. The first went way under. The second did not. And both totals were 40.5 and 41.5. No wonder this has been bet down to 39.5. And even at that number, we're still going to take Carolina and Atlanta under the total. Now we turn our attention to Jacksonville against Indianapolis. Jacksonville coming in at -5. A lot of money is coming in on Jacksonville. A lot of wise, smart guys are betting Jacksonville this week. The total in this game is 45. Now, I don't want to sound square, but I plan on betting a few road favorites this week, and this is one of them. The Jags are a real up-and-coming team here, and after a horrible, horrible start last year, they rolled off 6 wins in a row before losing by 1 score to the Kansas City Chiefs. Everything is heading in the right direction for this team, and the addition of Evan Ingram, that should really help their offense. Jacksonville is Trevor Lawrence, a good wide receiving core, a good running game, a new tight end who should create space for others around him. This is a playoff contending team. Their weakness will be on D, but that really should not factor in against the Colts, who frankly might be the worst team in all of football. Indy has no weapons, no big stars on D. Their O-line, which was supposed to be amazing, was terrible last year, and who knows how good Richardson will be. If the Jags are for real, they have to win these games, and they have to win them by margin. This is a total mismatch. I think we see a 27-10 type score. I lean on the under, but I prefer to take Jacksonville for an easy A-S winner. Bet the Jags -5. Now we turn our attention to Tennessee, +3 against New Orleans, a total of 41.5. Let me start by saying this. I'm bullish on the Saints team. I think the Saints team are going to win their division going away. The Saints team has weapons everywhere, an incredible wide receiving core, great running game. And I think Derek Carr is going to resurrect his career here. They're also loaded on defense, and they should have no problem keeping Tennessee from scoring many points. This D was a top 10 unit last season in points allowed, allowing for less than 3 touchdowns on average per game. As for the Titans, the interesting thing about this team is every year people want to bet against them. Every year they get no respect. And every year they play better than what was expected, and they ride the back of the raccoon, Mr. Henry. With that said, I can't look at the side here, but I do think we see a very low-scoring game. Tennessee's D was middle of the pack last year, but I think we see a conservative game plan from the Saints and a ton of running from both teams. Even though I think New Orleans wins this game, one thing we know about Tennessee year after year, they like to keep games close. Like Carolina and Atlanta, I would not be surprised if we see a 20-17 type of a game. Please bet Tennessee and New Orleans under the total of 41.5. Remember, guys, we are doing 3 videos this week. This was video number 1. Tomorrow will be number 2. And then the day after, number 3. Our promo code is Prez99. That's Prez99. You get 1 month of all my plays in NFL, including my 5% plays for only $99. Please take advantage of that. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to our channel and let me know what you think. Do you agree or disagree with my thoughts? Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow on part 2.